If you feel like you're falling behind financially, even though you're doing everything right, this isn't a money problem. It's a measurement problem. And I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it. Here's what usually happens. You're saving regularly. You're not being reckless, but then you hear about somebody your age who just bought their second rental property. Or a friend mentions they've got $500,000 saved in their 401k. And suddenly, you feel behind. Or you scroll through social media and you see people retiring early, buying houses in cash, living some version of financial success that feels completely out of reach. And the question then creeps in, am I doing this wrong? That feeling is real and it's exhausting. But here's the thing, someone else being ahead of you doesn't mean you're behind. It just means they're on a different timeline with different income and different trade-offs you're not seeing. Comparison without context is just noise, and it only creates anxiety, not the clarity that you actually need. So let me give you something better. I'm going to give you 3 questions that will tell you if you're actually on track. No comparison to other people needed. Just you and your actual life. Question 1. Do you have at least 3 to 6 months of basic expenses saved? No luxuries, just rent or mortgage, food, insurance, utilities, the basics. If you do, you've handled the foundation. That alone eliminates most day-to-day financial stress. Question 2. Are you saving at least 10 to 15% of your income for the future? It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're consistently putting something away, whether it's in a 401k, an IRA, or a brokerage account, you're making progress. And that's what matters. Question 3. Do you have a plan? Even a simple one. Do you know roughly what you're working toward? And are your financial decisions generally aligned with that? You don't need a 50-page detailed financial plan, you just need to know what you're building and why. If you can say yes to those 3 things, you're not behind. You're actually on track. Maybe not someone else's track, but yours. I've worked with people who have $400,000 or $500,000 saved and still feel anxious, and people with $80,000 who feel quite secure. The difference has nothing to do with the numbers, it's whether they know what those numbers need to do for them. The people who feel the most secure aren't the ones with the most money. They're the ones who know what their money is for and what they're working towards. Someone with $100,000 and a clear plan often feels more in control than somebody with $500,000 saved and no idea if it's enough. Because clarity creates calm. Guessing creates anxiety. So here's the real question you should be asking yourself. Not, am I ahead or behind compared to other people, but am I making progress toward the life I actually want? And that's a completely different discussion. Financial security isn't about hitting some universal milestone by a certain age. It's about having enough to cover your life, your actual life, not someone else's. So if you've been feeling behind, ask yourself, am I actually behind? Or am I just comparing myself to people I don't know in situations I don't understand? Most of the time, it's the second one. You don't need to be where someone else is. You just need to be moving forward. And if you're saving something, spending less than what you earn, and making intentional choices, you're already doing better than you think. Here's what I want you to do. Drop a comment and tell me honestly, how many of those 3 questions can you say yes to right now? 1, 2, or all 3? I read every comment and I'm genuinely curious where you're at. And if you found this helpful, subscribe for more clear, practical, personal finance guidance. In the next video, we're going to talk about the difference between income and net worth and why one matters way more than the other. See you there.